Alright, y'all. I am going to show you some stuff that I've been working on, experimenting with. Because anybody, I swear, that's on the face of the earth, at least in the United States this year, everybody I've talked to, anytime during the year has had issues with mice. It has been a really bad year. And I'm not just talking if you have livestock, you know, like poultry, stuff like that. Oh yeah, they love to go after this. We're talking mice, not rats. But a lot of people are worried about getting poultry and stuff because they're like, oh crap, I don't want to get poultry. It draws in mice. Well, let me tell you, my neighbors, anywhere in the neighborhood, other people I've met that don't have animals, people in the city, people all over the place are having bad issues with mice this year. I don't think it's always correlated to having animals. Yeah, they're going to come if you have food and they can figure out a way to get into it. And in my case, the only way they can get to it is climbing into the egg rollouts that the quails have, so they can go in the egg rollouts and get in the cage that way, or in through the holes where we have the water system. They can climb in that way too. And it's not like the quails attack them. The quails are pretty chill. So I'm going to show you some things I have tried. I have scoured the internet. I have seen all kinds of crazy stuff. Keep in mind, if you're watching this and you're like, just use poison, it's not gonna work, because I have chickens, neighborhood cats, there's dogs, and I have ducks and quail, and I just don't want anything to, like, if I found a dead mouse and something else found it, like our cat, or there's neighborhood cats that like to come literally lay and cuddle the chickens. I know that sounds weird, but they do, because it's cold, and they just cuddle up with the chickens in the nest box because it's warm. So random neighborhood cats do that. So I'm gonna show you some things, and some things I'm working on, and the newest thing, and I will definitely give you an update if it works, okay? Firstly, we got these little things. They can go in here, in this little hole. You can't really see it here, but there's a little thing. There's food at the end. They go up to the end, the thing shoots down, they climb off, it kind of closes this, and then they're stuck in here and can't get out. Does not work. I have not seen a mouse yet, whether I use this in the house or outside next to mice. No matter what I put in it, no matter where I put it, they won't go in it. Same with those. I don't have any out here. They're not poisoned, but the Decon brand, they're circular, they're very similar to this, and the mouse goes in the chute, sees the food, the second it gets far enough, it just slams it shut. And I don't know if it's a snap trap, like if it kills it or not, but it doesn't work. They're not going in those things. At least the mice here are not. So, let me show you something that has worked. Okay, back on the category of things that have not worked. Natural rodent repellent packs. Doesn't repel anything. I have them stuck in the ceiling because we have like a little gap in the ceiling from the tin roof and the insulation. I put these in the ceiling, I put them around the floor, mice just move them right out of the way. Does not work. Another old school trick I heard was Irish Spring soap, that green bar soap that men use. Let me show you. Got a bunch of it laying around the shed. You see those little marks on it? See all those marks? Take a guess what those marks are. Teeth marks from mice. I put it over their hole they were coming up because I thought, oh, they won't like the stink. I shoved it around the hole and kind of marked it because I heard if you mark it on the door frames and stuff of your coop or whatever, it'll repel them. They eat it. I'm pretty sure it's not repelling crap. So that didn't work. So then we tried exlax chocolate bars. They like chocolate. We have found this out from when they got into our food pantry and got into the cocoa and stuff. So we tried exlax chocolate because we saw in a video somewhere, you give them the chocolate, they'll come take it, they'll munch a crazy, they'll go back to their house, have the biggest crap of their life all over their bedding and wherever they're living, and be like, oh my gosh, I can't live there anymore, because obviously, and leave. Hasn't worked yet because they took the chocolate, ate it all, and there's still mice everywhere. So I don't think it works. And if it does, you need a lot of exlax chocolate. And if you live with anybody, like, you know, a spouse, or in our case, we live with our in-laws, and they see exlax chocolate coming in the Amazon Prime orders, you're gonna have a lot of questions to answer. But I promise I used it for mice purposes, because it never occurred to me to make brownies for human consumption for people I don't like. Now it has, but I would not do that. So anyways, also things haven't worked super great. These traps are much easier to set than the wooden ones. You just go like this and they're set. There's that little plate at the bottom. These are super dirty because they've been in my dusty shed. You put the bait in there. As soon as they touch the black thing, you just touch this black thing and it's really easy. You just go like this and you can dump the mouse in the trap, or in my case, I go like this, dump it in front of my daddy duck and he eats it. It hasn't been poisoned, it's totally safe, and it's usually frozen at that point because it's been sitting out all night in a trap. So I have these all over my shed. However, they'll only work for a little bit and then they kind of start to avoid it. So what I did recently was I'm scared to pick them up, the wooden traps. And I actually think they work better, and they like do not miss a target. These little white ones sometimes will get them by the leg or the tail and drag off with them, and it just not super helpful unless they run into a bunch of other traps. So lastly, this is what I'm most excited about, and I'm doing a trial tonight, and I might even make a ton more. But it works on the concept that rodents cannot burp, okay? This is half and half chunky peanut butter, because I hate chunky. I don't even know why it's in our cabinet because my husband likes it. But half and half chunky peanut butter and baking soda. Yes, baking soda. I always get the baking soda and baking powder mixed. Baking soda. You mix it together and you leave it out. Supposedly they come out, they gorge on it, and then it creates gas, and they can't like burp to get rid of the gas, so they die. But if anything else gets into it, it's not poisonous. And if my ducks or my chickens eat the mouse later that died from consuming peanut butter and baking soda, it's not gonna hurt them either. So we're gonna try this. I put it on a plate, and then they have a little hole that they always seem to come up through that every time I fixed it, they unfix it. So I put it in that hole too, and I always put snap traps around that hole. So I'm gonna try that, and I'm gonna put this at the bottom of the cage because they kind of climb up the cage and like to try and get in feeders. So hopefully this will start to eliminate the problem. The problem is I think there's quite a bit of them, and the ones I have seen have been pretty big for a mouse. So I may have to do this a lot, but I'm gonna do it tonight to see if they like it. And if they like it, I'm probably gonna go ham and not only leave it all over the quail shed, but also go in the chicken coop and put it out and just put something over it so the chickens hopefully don't mess with it. I don't think they will. They don't really like sticky stuff. And I don't think the ducks will mess with it either. So, but I'll probably put underneath something so if they don't see it, they're not gonna mess with it. But that's my latest trick. So, Irish Spring soap. To review, Irish Spring soap, they'll eat it, does not repel crap. The repellent mint scented packs don't work. There was another kind of pack. Oh, there's throw packs you can use, but they're poison. I would not use those because if they carry them anywhere else and you have poultry or anything on your property, it's going to poison something else. So I tend to stay away from those. Any of the repellents haven't seemed to work. Snap traps can work, but you can only set so many traps a night. I have, I don't know, 6 right now. I have a couple over here in the corner, a couple behind the cages, and a couple by this little hole they like to come in and out of. And the exlax chocolate also not a super win in my book. We'll probably maybe buy some more and just try, because you never know. Some of them might poop themselves to death. Some of them might poop themselves enough that wherever they're hiding out, they decide they're not going to live there anymore. We'll see. I could always do that. This is the cheapest version. No, we have huge bags of baking soda because we clean with it, and vinegar all the time, and peanut butter. Who doesn't have peanut butter, right? And it doesn't matter. You get the cheap crap peanut butter that nobody likes anyways, that separates like with tons of oil on top and stuff. Yeah, this. I'm gonna let you guys know, but this is kind of my experience so far in the last 4 years messing with it, and particularly in the last 6 months to a year, where it has gotten really bad for everyone everywhere with mice. This is a good thing you could use in your house too, and it's not going to do, like, you won't use exlax in your house because they're going to poop themselves all over your house, and then there's bodies everywhere. Same with poison. If you use it in your house, you're going to have a body count, and if it's in a wall or down somewhere where you can smell the death getting built up, but you can't get to it to get it out, it's not something you want in your house. This is an indoor or outdoor solution. And so are snap traps, because if you're trapping them where you can see them and dispose of the bodies, that's going to be the best thing. So hopefully this helps someone out there. I will definitely make an addition to this, but I wanted to share this with you. If you're having a mouse issue right now and you're like, oh, I don't want anybody to know, and you're like freaking out about it, trust me, first off, you're not the only one. And second off, it's not just people that are farming or homesteading that are having this issue. Super city neighbors that I have that have no pets are having this problem, and they're far enough away from me that it's not like, oh, they're my next door neighbors and all my mice are going to their house. So this is a everybody problem this year. So hopefully this helps. Remember, as long as you can get to the bodies. So this is probably an outdoor solution, because if they go eat this and then die in your wall or something, it's going to be bad. Same with exlax. They're going to poop everywhere and it's going to be bad. But outdoors, definitely. It'll work with rats and stuff too. So I don't know how much yet, and that's one of the things I'm experimenting with to see how long I have to do this and how much of this I have to do before my snap traps are no longer trapping anything. So I'll keep you guys updated, but hopefully that helps you guys. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.